Well, hey everybody, and happy Thanksgiving. We are on Thanksgiving break, so it's a good opportunity for me to catch you guys up a little bit on what's been going on. So I'll jump right in. A couple cool things that have been happening. I think God's really been at work, and it's been a pretty uh, busy. I hate using that word, but it has. Um, but encouraging and fruitful time. So a lot of good stuff happening. For one thing, at the end of October 23rd, I think I mentioned it in my last update, but we called it the campus conference. Actually, I'm wearing the shirt from it right now, one campus, one mission. That's where we teamed up with one of the other campus ministries here at Fort Hays, and we brought in a guest speaker, Paul Wooster, to do a one-day, all-day evangelism and discipleship training for his students. Kind of one half of the goal for it was to really build some unity between our ministries. One campus, one mission, kind of the idea to see that that even though we're doing different things in different ways, when we see each other on campus, we know like, hey, we're about the same thing. We're about making Christ known here and making disciples. And I think it was pretty effective in that. And then, of course, the other half of the goal would be just to equip and to train students to share their faith and to share their testimony, to be disciples who make disciples. And I think it was really effective in that too. But I think God has really been working at that in more ways than just that. I think that was just one piece of what he's been doing. But even just with students coming back from the summer, from like Project Impact or overseas trips or whatever, just having a heart for sharing the gospel and for making disciples and encouraging each other in that. And so we've really seen some great momentum this semester, and that conference really gave that another kick. In our leadership team meeting a couple weeks ago, we were sharing God's stories, and there were just so many. It was just story after story about students sharing their faith, sharing their testimony, getting into the Word with each other. So much good stuff. It was really, really awesome. So, man, keep praying for that. Keep praying that continues, that for continued boldness in that, because God's really doing some cool stuff in these students. You could also just pray for me and my discipleship group too. We're trying to grow in that together. I'm trying to, I think it's been a good challenge for me to kind of step up in some of those ways too. So I'd appreciate your prayers. Kind of something that's kind of gone along with that. Over the last couple weeks, we've been doing our interviews for the students applying to go overseas through One Link International. And we had 17 students apply to go overseas this coming summer. That is awesome. That is the most that we have ever had apply, for sure. God's really just been laying it on people's hearts to have a burden for the lost, both here and overseas. And so really exciting. We're looking like we'll be able to send 2 teams to 2 different places, which is really great. It's what we've been praying for. So really cool. So be praying for them also. After we come back from Thanksgiving break, we'll transition to doing interviews for our leadership team, for the BLT, the big leadership team. And so I don't know how many we've got applying now, but when I glanced at the list before break, there were quite a few new names that I didn't, that aren't already on the team. So that's always exciting to see who steps up, and it'll be great to get to sit down with them and to hear what God is doing in their lives. Another thing we've been working on a lot is support raising. Just trying to raise my salary enough to replace Tessa's salary so that she can stay home with the kids after next school year. I've really been grateful to the Lord, especially the last couple of weeks. I've really seen him provide. It's always hard to work at support raising during the school year because there's so much other stuff going on. But somehow we've been able to be adding new supporters over these last couple of weeks, even as busy as they are. So that is definitely a God story there. We brought on several new partners and just a lot of other little things. For a long time it had felt almost, I was starting to get a little discouraged. Just felt like progress was going really slow. But God's really been giving us just little things here and there that shows that he's still at work and still providing. So we still have a long ways to go, and we're about $2,300 a month short of our goal. So a lot of work left to do, but God is in it. So we're encouraged by that. Along with that, I mentioned our missions day, and that went well, I think. I didn't really know what to expect. We were just there all day just to meet with whoever we had the opportunity to meet with. There were 2 people that we talked to there and asked if we could follow up with them later about like coming on as regular supporters. We were able to follow up with them, and both of them are on our team now. So that was really exciting. That's kind of the main thing that we were praying for out of that day, was to bring on new partners. So let me just say to any of you who are new to the team, who just joined recently, thank you so much. Welcome to my team, and thank you so much. It's been such an encouragement over those last couple weeks to see God working through you and through the whole team and through so many ways. So welcome, and thank you so much. As far as family stuff, the family's doing well. August is just adorable, and he's the cutest little 2-year-old. A lot of personality, a lot of fun, a lot of energy, and just a really happy little boy. And yeah, the baby is doing well. We are at 36 and a half weeks, so it is less than a month away from the due date. So we'll be coming soon. We just had an appointment today, and everything's looking great. We've also been house shopping. I've mentioned that we've been working toward that for a while, and we met with a realtor a couple weeks ago and got that process started, and have actually looked at a couple houses. Not quite ready to buy yet, not ready to move for one thing, but also we're hoping to keep saving and building up our down payment. But it's been helpful to start looking at some things and just learning how that stuff works. Yeah, so a lot of good stuff happening, a lot going on, and God's definitely been good to us. And want to just say thank you again to all of you. It is because of you and your generosity that we're able to be here and opening our lives up to these students and training and investing in them to be leaders for the church. So thank you so much. We appreciate your prayers as well. And so if you'd like to keep praying for us, there's a couple specific ways that you can. For one thing, just for those interviews that I mentioned, for the rest of the application process, for the One Link team, summer teams, and then our leadership team interviews coming up after break. Just be praying for those conversations, and that God will be raising up leaders for us to invest in and train here. Be praying for the baby, just these last 4 weeks or less or more, hopefully not, but the last 4 weeks or so. I just pray that they keep going smoothly for a healthy baby and healthy delivery, and then all the adjustments that will come after we bring her home. And then lastly, just appreciate your prayers for provision through support raising and through the house, just that we would see and trust God to provide what we need when we need it. And to keep following him in faith, and keep doing our part to work toward that and to be ready when he brings anything our way. Thank you so much. Have a happy Thanksgiving. I'll be thanking the Lord for you guys for sure over this holiday. Hope you have a good time with whatever you are doing. But we love you and we're grateful for you. Let us know if there's anything we can do for you. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next time.
Say, I will give thanks to the Lord with my whole heart. Psalm 1:1:1:1. Good job.